So as you guys know, the iPhone 8 Plus isn't a new phone at all. It came out in 2017, and if you're a fan of the channel, if you watch my videos, you guys already know that I talk about the iPhone 8 Plus a ton. I talk about it so much. I made so many videos on it. And the more and more I pick it up, the more and more I compare it to other devices and those things, I find myself saying, dude, it is still such a good iPhone, and for a lot of people, it might still be the perfect iPhone in 2020. You don't necessarily need to go and buy like an iPhone 11 or an iPhone 10 or an iPhone whatever just to feel like you have the newer phone, or feel like, if you don't get it, you're missing out on features. Because with an iPhone 8 Plus, I don't think you're going to be complaining about really anything about this phone. It's all around a very, very good phone. It's going to, last you for a very long time. And one of my favorite things about the iPhone 8 Plus is just the availability of it. You can literally go to any Apple store across the country, or maybe even across the world, and most of the times they're going to be carrying an iPhone 8 Plus for them to sell. Now, one thing I like about, older phones, especially like iPhone 6s and iPhone 7 Pluses, is that on Amazon they're very, very cheap to get. You can go pick them up for very cheap. It's not that much. However, some people don't like buying used things. Some people don't like doing that or this, and they want to find the cheaper phones that are still compatible and still great without having to buy them used and having to contact sellers and this and that. I will say Amazon is completely much more easier to do than eBay, I'll be honest. But the cost of an iPhone 8 Plus brand new at the Apple Store is $549, which is so much cheaper than a lot of the other phones in the market, with especially phones like the Galaxy S20s. Those things cost over $1,000. iPhone 11 Pros, those things cost a ton of money. This thing is a no-brainer in my opinion, and that's really, really cool that Apple's selling this for that price tag. And I will add on top of that, if you are comfortable getting it used, that is probably one of the best deals ever. On Amazon, they're selling for about $370. And those are certified refurbished, which is a little bit better. I mean, still used, but they're usually in better quality. And that is a humongous asset to pick up. It is a good amount of money, but for a phone, for like an iPhone 8 Plus, that's a very good price. And I'll leave that link down in the description below. You can get it from there and help support the channel at the same time. The other thing to add is that the iPhone 9 is going to be coming out soon as well, or the iPhone SE 2, whatever they're going to name it. And the iPhone 8 Plus prices might even go down even more than that, which is going to be surprising. They're already pretty cheap, and if they continue to go down, which they are going to continue to go down after the iPhone 9's release, that is going to be a pretty insane thing. You might be able to pick them up for like less than $300 without even trying. So hopefully Apple decreases the price of the iPhone 8 Plus as well in the new market, but we'll see what happens there. And like I said before, it's only a couple years old, so it's still going to be getting software updates for a very long time. I will say, like I've stated before, it's probably going to match the iPhone 10 if they have the same chipset, and I feel like the iPhone 10 is going to be getting an extra year of software support, and I've been saying that for like a year now, since the iPhone 10s came out. So I feel like the iPhone 8 Plus, following the same lineup as the iPhone 10, is going to be following the same footsteps and getting an extra year of support as well. So now going back to the pricing structure, like I said, it's cheaper than the iPhone 10R and it's cheaper than an iPhone 11, but it's not missing much. It's really not missing anything at all if you think about it, besides the gesture-based design, which you can theoretically get back if you just jailbreak it. But the build quality is better. The screen is better than those phones. The camera, I think, is better than the iPhone 10R. It's a little bit different than the iPhone 11, but you have that dual camera setup, which, like I've said in 2020, that is really all the basic necessities you need for a phone. Phones that are coming out have like 5 camera setups in them, so at least as long as you have dual, more than one, I think you'll be set. You won't really be caring about it too much. It still has portrait mode. It still is an overall great camera, which is awesome. Now, the performance is still very, very great. I don't know if you've seen my iPhone 11 Pro comparisons or even my iPhone 11 comparisons against my iPhone 8 Plus, but it's really not much slower than my iPhone 11 or my 11 Pro. And once I get my Galaxy S20s, I'm going to be comparing them side by side with this phone as well and seeing what the main differences are. And what I can tell you is, in terms of the performance and everything, it has not slowed down that much in my opinion. It has still been a very, very good performing device. Really, anything I did with it, anything I plan to do with it in the future, it's going to be perfectly fine. I don't pick up this phone and feel like I have a super old phone. Really, the design might be the only thing that's dated on it, but other than that, it's still a completely working phone. It's still functional, and even the battery life is still pretty good for this phone. Now, for a 3-year-old phone, I was expecting the battery life to be, going down a lot or whatever, or battery health for that matter. And one thing I've been seeing, especially with Apple's devices, and this is the one thing I love about Apple devices, their battery health, for some reason, their devices can maintain their battery health better than a lot of the Android phones that I've owned. My battery health on my iPhone 8 Plus, on both of them, is like still over 90%. On my Galaxy S10, that's gone down to like 90 something, like 92%. I think it's even lower than my 8 Pluses. And I've had that thing less than a year, and I bought that brand new. So A lot of devices kind of all over the place, but this one, the battery life has been consistent overall, and I love the iPhone 8 Plus for that, and I just love Apple for doing that as well. And dude, honestly, that's why I feel like the iPhone 8 Plus is still a perfect iPhone in 2020, or still a perfect phone in 2020. Whether you're going the iOS route or Android route, I don't really think you can go wrong with an iPhone 8 Plus. It still contains so much value. It's getting the support. It has jailbreak access. Like, I think this phone is perfect in 2020, and if you want to pick it up on Amazon, like I said, links below, but you can also pick it up at your Apple store for a little bit more money, but you're getting it brand new there. And like I said, the availability is one of the best things about it. You can go, there's just so many ways to buy it that there's really no reason that if you have an older iPhone than an iPhone 8 Plus, and if you're looking to pick one up, this one is probably the way to go, to be honest. And that kind of sums up the video. If you have any questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those things are linked down below. I'd really appreciate if you guys would check it out. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.